If I could only pick 10 new products that I'm excited to recommend for the Sephora VIB sale, it would be these. This officially marks my 5th year of sharing Sephora VIB sale recommendations, and for the last 2 sales, I've basically given you master lists of all of my favorites in every single category. So instead of repeating that exact same video again, I'm going to link those videos in the description box below, knowing that my absolute favorites in each category really haven't changed, and instead share new products that I'm really excited about. We're gonna start off with hair care first, and in no particular order, the first of 10 recommendations that I have for you is the new K18 AstroLift Reparative Volume Spray, which you may have seen me in campaigns for, either on K18's website or on their socials. I have never done anything like that with a brand before, so I could not believe when they reached out asking me if I wanted to be part of the campaign. It was just such an exciting, surreal moment. I flew out to LA, was in a studio all day, did like the full fitting where they put me in different outfits and had a makeup artist, and it was crazy because for me, I'm still just a girl sitting in my house in Minnesota filming videos. Like, really nothing has changed on my end. So for something like that to happen, again, it was surreal, definitely a pinch me moment, and something that I would not have been able to do without all of your love and support. So thank you guys so much. Just reading through all of your comments on the videos that they were sharing literally brought tears to my eyes because I feel like I just have the most supportive audience ever, and it means the most to me. But obviously, regardless of how exciting an opportunity is, I am never going to be part of a campaign for a product that I don't absolutely love. So let me tell you why I love this. Well, first, let's just read like the description of what it even is. So this is described as a lightweight buildable volume spray powered by the K18 peptide to reverse bounce depleting damage that can impact all hair types, especially fine, fragile, aging, and breakage prone hair. With hair fiber thickening, non-sticky blend. Sometimes these product descriptions are not full sentences and I get so confused reading them. Helps hair look and feel fuller, delivering flexible volume for up to 2 days with or without heat styling on dry or towel dried hair. So let me say this. If you are purchasing this expecting it to give you mega va-va-voom volume, then you are probably going to be disappointed because this is not really designed to be that kind of product. This is for those of you that want touchable, flexible volume that keeps your hair feeling soft and residue free. There is truly no grit, no stick, no grease, no nothing. My hair is very heavy, so I naturally have zero volume, and this is what it normally looks like after I have freshly curled it. Shiny, sleek, but flat. But with AstroLift, I feel like it gives me the perfect amount of lift. My curls even look more defined because they're not falling so heavy, and I have actually noticed that this makes my style last even longer. I obviously do not have it in my hair right now. If you're like, then why does your hair look so heavy and flat today? I was testing out a different leave-in and I actually don't like how it's making my hair look or feel, so excuse the bad hair day. This is not due to AstroLift or anything I'm talking about in this video, obviously, but I had to say. So again, if you're somebody that's after that mega insane volume that you could get with something like a mousse, then this is not going to be the product for you. But if you're someone that What just happened? I was trying to say, if you are someone that either cannot stand the feel of residue in your hair from products like that, or maybe has super fine hair that's actually weighed down easily by volumizers, then this is gonna be for you. Oh, and I cannot forget to mention how insanely good this smells. It's almost a little bit more like a cologne where like there's a hint of something masculine going on here, and I love that about it. It seriously smells so freaking good. And just to be crystal clear, I was under no obligation to talk about this in this video, so while yes, I was part of that campaign, this is not sponsored in any way. This again is something that I genuinely loved, which is why I was excited to be part of that campaign, and I'm excited to recommend it in future videos like this. Let's move on. Next up is a new launch from Amika that is part of their The Cure range that you guys know I've been obsessed with for years. This is the Midnight Mender Overnight Strength Repair Treatment. So this is described as an overnight treatment that conditions and smooths hair to reduce breakage and repair strength while you slumber. Like the rest of the Cure range, this contains a lot of nice nourishing oils and butters, sea buckthorn oil, borage seed oil, mango seed butter, shea butter, and strengthening and fortifying technologies, which include a modified silicone, amongst other things. But I do want to make sure that I'm clarifying, despite using repair terminology both in the product name and then in the description of the product, It's not a bond repair treatment. They're kind of using that word paired with strengthening in this situation because that is really what this treatment is designed to do. Strengthen, protect our hair, smooth, seal split ends, and condition it. So kind of the same exact purpose as an oil, but in a completely different format. Because this does not have the texture of an oil at all, this is actually a lightweight cream. And I'm someone that is very hesitant to reach for something creamy in texture to put on my hair between washes because I feel like a lot of the times it can just build up on my hair and feel gunky and like I have a lot of product in it, which is not something that I like. But the way that this absorbs into my hair is so nice that it completely prevents anything like that from happening. And despite having that creamier texture when you pump it, by the time that I've kind of rubbed that between my hands and applied it and it has sunken in, I feel like it feels even lighter than an oil. So obviously this is not something that you absolutely have to have in your routine. You don't absolutely have to have anything that I recommend ever, but I would say that this is going to be for you if you are someone that likes to apply a leave-in in between washes, maybe a little bit of an overnight treatment because let's say your hair starts feeling really dry otherwise, especially if it's super damaged, and you want all of those benefits of strengthening, smoothing, conditioning, but with something that's even lighter than an oil, then this is definitely worth looking into. And speaking of Amika, next is their Superfruit Star Lightweight Hair Styling Oil. Look at how adorable this packaging is. I mean, I love all of their packaging. It's so cute and fun, and even cuter and more fun when the product inside is amazing. Most hair oils at Sephora are so expensive, so even like a couple of my favorites, the Bumble and Bumble just grabbed my hair. The Bumble and Bumble Invisible Oil is now up to $47. The Oribe Gold Lust Oil is $42. Kerastase is one that I feel like I used to use but just phased out because it's $62. This one, while still of course nothing like drugstore pricing, is a little bit more reasonable at $32, and out of all of those that I just mentioned is the most lightweight in my hair. I historically have not had the best luck with hair oils from Amika. I know that I'm forgetting the name of it. It's like from their hydrating range, the beautiful blue packaging, but not so beautiful experience with that oil. That oil and that system I found to be so greasy, so heavy. I just honestly hated it. And there was another oil I remember trying from them years ago that was also just not super cosmetically elegant. I didn't love the way that it felt to apply or felt sitting in my hair. And when I was looking to find that on the Sephora website, it did not exist anymore. So maybe that was discontinued. So I was cautiously optimistic when I saw that this was described as being lightweight because again, I have not had that experience with their oils in the past, but this one really is. So if you struggle with hair oils just feeling too heavy in your hair, like I know even the OGX coconut oil that you guys know I love, that's definitely a heavy oil and it's too much for some people. It does not work for everybody. Something like this is much lighter in my opinion, so this would be worth looking into, and it also does have added heat protection up to 450 degrees, which is a nice bonus. That is it for hair because again, I forced myself to narrow this video down to only 10 new things. So the next two items, or I guess one's like a launch, the second's an item. The next two things are skincare, and then we're gonna move on to makeup and fragrance. This is something that I saw on Sephora's website when prepping for this video. It is that a K-beauty brand called Aestura has officially launched in Sephora, which is so exciting to see because that makes it easier for us to get access to it, which is something that is becoming a struggle these days. Out of all of the products that the brand launched on Sephora's website, the three that I own are the Ato Barrier Cream, the Ato Barrier Lotion, and the Ato Barrier Hydro Essence. And this is a really cool line that they have, or system. On their website, they actually have more information about it, but it says they spent 40 years dedicated to researching sensitive skin, and as a result, came out with something that is in all of these products that they are calling Ato Barrier 365. And what that means is that these products have capsulized ceramides that are designed for a higher retention rate to help to repair a compromised skin barrier. So they say concentrated long chain and high density ceramide capsules. In addition to that, these have barrier moisturizing factors, a triple lipid complex of ceramides, fatty acids, and cholesterol, squalene, glycerin, and vitamin E, and they are fragrance and essential oil free. And I like that they have that technology in several different formats, so you can kind of pick and choose depending on what works for you and your skin type and your preferences. I will show you really quick. Here is the essence. Very nice, lightweight, milky, non-greasy. I am getting ready to enter my essence era. It was something that I was kind of starting to explore a little bit, and then A lot of you know what happened if you've been watching my videos. I started getting horrible breakouts, not because of the essences, but there were several things that I think contributed to me starting to deal with acne again. So I'll just list the video below where I talk about that in case you didn't see it and would like to know more details. I will spare the rest of you that did see it. Then we have the lotion. For those of you that want something that is lighter than a cream, but still really moisturizing, gosh, this just feels so nice. And then the thickest, of course, is the cream. And you can actually, I don't know if you're going to pick this up on camera, but in person, you can see the encapsulated ceramides. It's deliciously moisturizing and nourishing. So nice. So that's exciting to see K-Beauty and Sephora, and I have a feeling we're going to start to see more and more of that from retailers in the near future. I know that Ulta has recently, right? It was recent, started carrying more K-Beauty brands, so I'm gonna keep my eye on that situation and see what else we get easier access to here in the States, even though I just really want it to be sunscreen the most, and that's not gonna happen. And the other skincare item I wanted to mention is technically not something brand new, but something I did want to bring up because there is a new shade available. So this is the InnBeauty Project Mineral Sun Glow with SPF 43. And originally they only had two options for shade, a fair medium shade and then a deep shade. Now they have added a medium shade. So the shades are described as fair medium, medium, then medium deep. I obviously have the lightest shade, which I will show you here. So this is what fair medium looks like. I would say that it has like a light, slightly peachy undertone, which I at first thought was going to be too dark for my skin. But once this has fully kind of like settled and I've applied it, it's had time to settle, I guess. I don't really get much color from it. So if you were looking for a tinted sunscreen that does have more color payoff, then I would skip this one. But why I really enjoy using this is because it has a really pretty radiant finish. So I think it makes for a really nice makeup primer with some additional sunscreen and that nice glowy feel. No, it doesn't feel glowy, looks glowy. If you would like more details on the ingredients in this, how it feels, you want to see how it applies and settles on my skin, I'm going to list my tinted sunscreen showdown in the description box below where I cover all of that in detail for you. But for now, I just wanted to again highlight the fact that they have added another shade, which is great. The more shades, the better. We need more shades from everything, so we'll take it as a win. Next up is the new Rare Beauty Liquid Contour. So this launched with 7 shades and I purchased the lightest shade, which is Gentle. The depth of color is perfect for my skin tone. It's not too dark, it's not too harsh. I really love that about it. I am somebody that just likes to use products like this all over as like part contour, part bronzer. Bronzer. I don't like either of those. So in using it that way, I do think that the undertone looks slightly muddy on me. And again, I recognize that this is supposed to be a contour. Contours usually lean cooler. So that's not a fault of the product. It's just, again, my personal preference. But I like that about it because then I can balance that out a tiny bit by just setting it with a warmer bronzing powder, which all of mine are because it's impossible to find one that's not. And then I get a shade that I think is absolutely perfect. So that is actually what I did today. I did mostly this and then set it with a little bit of the Fenty Beauty bronzer. Perfect. Actually, I need to set this now that I'm looking at my face. It starts looking so greasy under these lights. Yuck. And this just performs so well. It has really nice slip to it that makes it easy to blend. It's high pigment, but not as high pigment as the blushes, so it's a little bit easier to work with in that way. But has a really pretty glowy to dewy finish, but then of course I set that with powder, so it kind of just makes it look natural and satiny. And the wear is great. I personally think that this actually wears better for me than their cream bronzer stick, which was a long-time favorite of mine that I kind of forgot about. So I have been reaching for this tons lately, and I'm definitely going to pick up the next deepest shade, I think, because that one was slightly warmer. Maybe I'll even do like a 1-2 and mix the two. I would like to see that actually. Anyway, this is a really beautiful product that I am very glad I purchased. Next up is a powder blush. I feel like we have been smothered by liquidy, creamy, glowy, extra dewy looking blush launches non-stop over the past several years. And while I have enjoyed them, don't get me wrong, like it's been fun, at the same time, my skin leans oily, and at the end of the day, sometimes I just need a freaking powder blush. These are the new Tower 28 Get Set, what are you? Reveal yourself. Get Set Blur and Set Matte Powder Blush. So this is a blush that they launched in 6 shades, and they sent me 3 of them that I will show you right now. So this one is Long Beach Iced Tea, Samo Spritzer. Oh my God, sorry. I'm trying to show you all of these like compared. Okay, this is harder to display and compare to you guys than I was thinking, but then this last one is Sawtell Slushy. The texture of these blushes is very soft but very dense, so be careful when picking up product because it can get kind of powdery and pick up a ton. Just do the lightest tap and that's all you need because it's very pigmented. But it has a gorgeous soft blurred matte finish and it wears so well. It's truly long wear. So I have been loving this as an addition to my collection because like I just said, I have really enjoyed a lot of the creamier blush launches. I mean, even something like RMS. You guys know I'm obsessed with these blushes, but they are a glowier finish and I don't always want a glowy blush because sometimes I have something like this underneath my makeup. Maybe the skin tint that I'm using on top of it, the foundation, is also glowy. And then it can get to be too much because for me, there is a fine line between greasy and glowy and I can pass that line quickly without realizing it sometimes. So do you need another powder blush? Of course not, don't be ridiculous. But if you are in the same boat as me and sometimes just need something that truly is matte and long wear, and then also in this case, available in really cute shades with a soft blurred finish, then you might really love these two. Last for makeup are brushes. So if I'm remembering correctly, I'm pretty sure that I purchased these during the last Sephora VIB sale and would have talked about them in the haul video that I did for that. But since I have been using them for several months now, I can confirm that I really enjoy these. So the first is the Sephora Pro Crease Brush number 26, and the second is another Pro Crease Brush number 19. So just two different sizes. You can see right here. I feel like this one dried kind of funny because I just washed my brushes. But I get questions on how I do my eye makeup a lot because I keep it super simple. I think people are like, I can tell there's a little bit of something, but it's subtle, so what do you use? A lot of the times I'm just using very light, you know, kind of like nudie brown shadows, and I love to apply them with brushes like this. So typically what I will do is something like this one right here first. So this is the number 71. This is actually technically a concealer brush, but it's like a big flat shader brush, and I just like to use this for packing a lighter color all over. I'll kind of do that to like set everything first. Then I will go ahead and apply some light brown with like this bigger crease brush first. I'll do that all over. And then sometimes if I'm doing a little bit of a deeper brown to add to it, I would use something like the 19 to just like get in here and go a little smaller with it. Wow, I have mascara smudged everywhere. Please ignore. And while we're at it, I'll just show you the two other brushes that I have from the Sephora collection. This one is number 14, so just like a good smaller flat shader. And then this is a really nice jumbo, again, supposed to be a concealer brush, but I use it for my eyes. It's the Pro Concealer 57. This one is really great for like an all-in-one. So if I'm doing something that I want just on my lid and in my crease area, then I'll use this. But I think that Sephora has some really great brushes in their Pro collection, and I'm pretty sure that they're 30% off during the sale. So good time to pick them up if you are in need of some new brushes. One fragrance to talk to you guys about that I have mentioned before, but it was not available on Sephora's website when I first brought it up, and now it is. It is the new Phlur Heavy Cream Hair and Body Fragrance Mist. And oh my God, is it good. So this is described as a warm and sweet gourmand. I've been literally waiting to do this since I woke up and knew I was filming this video today. I was like, we'll spray it as we go to really have the full experience. Straight up and nailed that. Keynotes are whipped cream, coconut cream, jasmine blossom, and vanilla mousse. And the fragrance description is a milky impression of decadent sweetness, playful, sugary, yet irresistibly elevated. It's a confectionery delight with a swirl of whipped gourmands. Bright citrus, luminous florals envelop the skin in an evocative velvety dream. Sold. Heavy cream is sweet, silky, yet light as air. Agree. So obviously, elephant in the room is that a mist like this is not going to last nearly as long as a perfume, but number one, they're more affordable, so that's a plus. And because of that, which leads us into number two, they are perfect to add in with a fragrance-free body lotion or cream to not only add a fragrance to it, but to get it to last even longer. So I absolutely love doing that with this, and I am obsessed with the way that this smells. It is perfect for a gourmand's lover like myself. Number 10, which is last for this video, is the one thing that I actually have not purchased, but I am very intrigued by and may end up purchasing during the VIB sale. Let's talk about it. And because I don't think that I'm gonna do a VIB sale haul video this year, I wanted to include it in this video, which is the new Shark Cryo Mask. I haven't decided yet because I don't technically need it, but there are features that this has that makes me really want it. And you know what? I'm filming this ahead of the sale because I'm gonna be out of town next week for work. And as I'm filming this, I'm like, wait, I really hope that this is not excluded from the sale, because sometimes that does happen with things where it's like 20% off everything, exclusions. Shark, Dyson. So we'll see. But this video that I'm about to play for you guys is what really piqued my interest in this mask. This is a dermatologist that I follow on Instagram, so I will list her account below, but let's take a look.
The secret is finally out. Over the past year, I've been working with Shark Beauty to help develop the CryoGlow mask. And I cannot be prouder of this innovative product that we created. A global panel of dermatologists, including me, estheticians, and scientists worked closely together with engineers and product designers at Shark to ensure this mask was truly science-backed. The engineers even 3D printed parts of the mask to troubleshoot fit and comfort with us live. CryoGlow is the only US mask with under-eye cooling and has IQ LED technology using blue light, red light, and infrared for short and long-term benefits. Unlike other masks where only a portion of the lights turn on for each wavelength, every single one of the 160 LED lights in CryoGlow emit all 3 wavelengths, giving you seamless coverage and efficacy.
That is so cool that all of the bulbs are able to emit all 3 wavelengths, especially with blue light, which is the main reason why I'm considering purchasing it, because I don't currently have a blue light mask, and I feel like that would be something that would be really nice to incorporate into my regime. Why did I say that? Regimen is what I meant. Especially, you guys, not that this is anywhere on the horizon, but like I feel deep-seated fear for when I need to get off birth control one day, because the birth control that I'm on is anti-androgenic, so it's specifically helpful in preventing breakouts. So not being able to have that, and then like one day, God willing, if I'm able to get pregnant, not being able to use Tazarotene, I'm so scared. Again, obviously that's nowhere in the near future, so I wouldn't be buying it for that reason, but like later on, oh my God, I could see that being really useful. Now I think it would just be something that would be nice to have if, I don't know, I'm going through it with my skin. And I think that the cryo feature sounds really interesting. That's also not something I currently have. The only thing I wonder about is the fact that it does have those little pads under the eyes, because then you're not getting any LED there. And like, obviously under our eyes is where we tend to see fine lines the most. So I don't know, I'm still not completely sold on purchasing that, but I am certainly intrigued. And again, that video made me be like, oh. And I wanted to bring that up in case any of you have been torn between a red light mask and a blue light mask, because obviously devices like this are super expensive. So being able to purchase one that has all of that in one, again, is amazing. And with that, we have made it to the end of my Sephora VIB sale recommendations for spring of 2025. If you'd like the full rundown of all of my recommendations, again, I will have both of my last 2 VIB sale videos in the description box below, in addition to a shelf that just has all of the products that I recommend all in one place. Let me know what you're picking up from the sale, if anything, in the comments below. And if you are not planning to shop the sale, but just watch this video anyway, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you to all of you for watching my videos. I love the freaking heck out of you. Make sure to stay tuned for my next one, because that will be up a week from today. But until then, I hope you have a great week. Peanut, you're mommy's sweet, sweet baby. I love you so much. Should we go play? Should we go play?